sweet compassion when my soul's in need. I find compassion for friends and enemies. My own compassion is where my spirit breathes.
Live from Santa Barbara, welcome to Compassionate Connection. I'm your hostess, Gigi Amour, and our show's purpose is to share with you how to communicate compassionately within ourselves and with others. When we choose to gain the knowledge of the language of compassion, we can make a connection with others from a heart level and get all of our needs met in a peaceful fashion, I may add. And now I'd like to just give you a briefing on Dr. Marshall Rosenberg, who is the creator of this language of nonviolent communication. And this is his most popular best-selling book worldwide. And he is now translated in a minimum of 25 languages and is currently in at least 45 countries that I'm aware of. So check it out. It may really help and transform and enrich your life by choosing to learn how to communicate in this peaceful fashion. All right, well, moving forward, I'm really excited tonight. We have a fabulous guest with us. I'm so amazed she dared to come back. Hi, Mary.
Hi, Gigi. Happy New Year to you.
Yeah, it's a great new year. We know already.
Yes, it's off to a fabulous start.
And our show title this evening is Believing in Yourself. And let me just reflect a little bit about Mary. Mary is a soul reviver, and she specializes in something that is very, very special, a trauma release. She can help to heal our emotional pain, get those blocks out of the way, and also many other things. And perhaps you'd like to share what you do with some of your clients.
I'd love to. So, a typical client is the typical person outside. Somebody out in the world that life's dealt them a lot of hard knocks. And I see that a lot in today's world. When I was a little girl, that seemed to be more abnormal than normal. It seemed like most people were rather happy-go-lucky. I mean, now, forgive me, I'm from the Midwest, so maybe I had a little bit more of the lighter side than some of the other parts of the country. But the reality is, as I've gotten older, I see people really in a lot of pain and unhappiness. That's the word I like to use for that general, life's just not what you wanted it to be. So what I do with a client is somebody who's just not happy. It might be, I'm unhappy with my job, I'm unhappy with my family, I'm unhappy with myself, I might be overweight and I don't like the way I'm looking, I don't like my neighborhood, I don't like where the country's going, I don't like what's happening in our world. I mean, add it on and on and on and on and on. And we see a lot of that in today's world. It's unfortunately extremely more common than it is not. There are so few people that I meet, Gigi, that will say, you know, I really love my life. I am so happy. There's a movie, Sex and the City, and there's the character Charlotte. What I remember is the conversation went around, are you happy? And she said, yes, I'm happy just about every day, all day long. I'm happy. And why that struck me, Gigi, is because I don't hear that from people.
Okay.
And you know what, Gigi? Yes. Look around. If you go to the malls during the holidays, you think this is, you know, a time of fun and excitement and, you know, good cheer and goodwill. So you'd think people would be walking around with a smile on their face or spending time with their friends and their family. No, they're not.
So just the power of the smile alone can bring up a person's own energy and
you bet.
Issues, grief, issues that you help them to relieve?
Oh my gosh, most people, and I was just, because we've come out of the holidays, that's why it struck me so much on people are not walking around looking happy. They have a frown on their face or a worried look on their face or a fearful look on their face. And that's more common than I would like to say. It seems to get accentuated during the holidays, unfortunately, but that seems to be the norm we live in now. So that's my typical client, someone who's just got this level of unhappiness. I'm not talking, I mean, I can work with people who are suicidal, but that's not necessarily my typical client. The typical client is just someone whose life just isn't the way they thought it was supposed to be.
Because perhaps they are disappointed, they have some grief issues, they have some guilt, they have some fears, many different factors also that come in and layer their grief, right?
Absolutely, because what happens is, what typically happens is something will happen when you're a child. And once in childhood you get that wounding, then you'll get a little bit more as you get a little bit older. You're going through your adolescent years, and those are tough enough anyway. I mean, your hormones are going crazy, and you're suddenly attracted to the opposite sex, and pimples are coming out everywhere, and you're growing, and you're not looking geeky and awkward for most young people. But it's just also a very painful time.
Yes.
So then when you're going through that, and you've already had some woundings from childhood, then you get out into the world, and it's like, okay, but now life is going to be better because I'm on my own and I can do what I want. And then you find out, wow, it's not like that. I'm not happy. I'm not happy with my life situation. I'm not happy with the person I'm with. A lot of people are with people that it's not a good situation. So
Comfort, maybe.
Comfort.
They settle.
They're married to someone who they didn't think they were married to, because most marriages, you're meeting up with typically one or two of the parents that you have conflict with. It's because our soul wants to bring resolution. We're on this planet for mastery. That's why when you see a child and they're learning how to walk, they get so excited when they're taking those first steps, even if they fall down, because it's about mastering it. Riding a bike for the first time. Wow, you lose your balance, you fall over, you get back up, you try again, and you keep doing it until suddenly that balance is there and you're riding. Yes. That's what we want to do. We want to gain mastery. That's why we're here.
That excitement, enthusiasm,
Yes.
and every breath and every blessing that we forget to count.
Exactly. But as life starts to ding us up more and more and more and more and more, by the time you hit your 20s, it seems now, then you're looking at your life, and I'm with this person who they couldn't possibly have been the person I married, because now they're turning out to be my worst nightmare. They were so nice when we were dating, and oh my God, now look at who I'm married to. It's like a layering effect, like you were saying. So then suddenly people start to wake up and they go, this isn't what I thought life was going to be. Okay, now we'll have children because that'll make me happier. That'll make we'll be a family. And then you realize, wow, kids are tough. They're not easy to raise.
More complications.
More complications. So now this life that you thought was going to be so fabulous with the person you married, and now you're not so happy. And then you have these kids that, wow, they need my attention instead of me getting their attention. Wow, that was really not what I was expecting. And then suddenly, now I'm in this job that I thought was going to be so great. Or some people settle, but it's not turning out the way that they thought. So then they're just walking around with a general unhappiness.
Like the living dead.
The living dead, exactly. And the worst part about that, Gigi, that's actually the truth. As people get older and older, if this stuff stays in there and they continue to build it, that's why we see nursing homes filled with people that I call the living dead. They are more dead than alive. Every now and then you'll get one in there that's really full of life, and they stand out like a beacon, because it seems like as people have this general unhappiness that they've lived their entire life, by the time now they don't even have the physical energy any longer. Now they're in this place where my health is failing and I don't have as much energy, and I've never thought positively my entire life, and now I'm just waiting for death to take me.
So instead of having that excitement and counting your blessings, every day there's so many. Every breath we take, I mean,
Yes. It's
from the little
sad.
to the large.
Yes,
and
exactly.
to have that joy